Hey guys, how you doing? I hope you're having a good day, and if not, I hope I can make it a little better. I've been feeling a little grey and sad recently. I suppose it's the weather. But the Lunar New Year is here. It's the year of the snake. So I figured, let's do a sketchbook spread together, celebrating the snake. And maybe we can cheer ourselves up. Let's get going. I'm using my Ohuhu sketchbook. It's the square one. As you can see, it's quite a big white space, which can be kind of intimidating. I know I'm feeling a little bit intimidated by big white spaces at the moment when it comes to art. So I've got myself here a collection of scrap papers, which I saved from all the various projects I do. I figured, what if I cut some of them up and stick them around just to break the space up a bit? I think it might be a good way to make a double spread less intimidating. Shall we give it a go? Yeah. Okay, here are some of the scraps I've chosen. I might not use them all, but I kind of feel like they would work with snakes. So I've got like the obvious green colours. I think they would be good. And then I've got wiggly paper to kind of recreate how snakes wiggle. I've got this tiger print, which could be cute. A bit of black for a bit of contrast. And some of these failed instant photos. This one's of nature, and this one is of ice cream. I kind of like the wiggles on those, so I think those could be fun to draw over as well. So I'm just gonna stick them down in various places to break up the white a bit. So this is my new base, and I feel much happier about drawing on it now. Now it's been broken up into various areas rather than one big white mass. What do you think? So I guess we better start sketching some snakes. And for this, I'm going to use my Oxford Helix erasable colouring pencils. And I think I'm just going to draw wiggles and see what happens, you know? I'm going to try and be quite confident about it rather than sketchy. Do I draw snakes often? Absolutely not. But I think confidence is the way to go. Snakes are fluid, you know, so I think if you get too sketchy about it, you lose the fluidity. Okay, here are my sketches of the snakes. Now, I was going to use alcohol markers, seeing as this is an alcohol marker sketch pad, but I might do a combination of alcohol markers and acrylic pens, because the alcohol markers aren't going to show on this paper, and especially on this. So I think it's going to be fun to just like mess around again. What do you think? I think this time I might go crazy and go in with my Copics.
Okay, it's question time. I'm curious to know how you guys feel about snakes. I think your feelings towards snakes alter depending on whether you have lots of dangerous snakes where you live. I live in the UK, so we only have one real dangerous snake, which is the adder. Beyond that, our snakes are pretty harmless. So I'm not really afraid of them. Though I imagine if I lived in the jungle where there were giant boa constrictors, or if I lived in Australia where everything seems to want to kill you, I might have a different feeling towards them. I used to want a snake as a child, but now I'm happy with Norma. If you do like snakes, I'm curious to know, what is your favourite kind of snake? If you could let me know in the comment section below, that'd be really cool. We can discuss snakes. I'm blipping, and yes, that is a technical term. Well, it is now. The brush nib of my alcohol markers down to recreate the scale pattern of a snake. On the snake I just finished, I made them kind of loose and go over the edges of the snake to create the kind of sharper, angular, almost hair-like texture of a viper. But on the other snakes, I'm going to try and stay within the lines to keep the snakes looking smoother.
Okay, that's the alcohol marker section. I'm mostly happy with it, but obviously there are areas where the alcohol marker didn't quite cover the coloured paper because of either the colour or the texture, so I'm now going to go in with some acrylic markers to really make it pop.
When drawing on a shiny surface such as a photograph, you really do have to use something such as an acrylic marker, acrylic paint, or at a push, gouache. As you can see, I made a mistake and it was easy to wipe it off because the surface is so shiny. It will take a long time for the paint to dry, so do be mindful of that when you go to touch it, or if you want to create layers. The last thing you want to do is smudge your lovely art. And I'm also curious to know if you guys would like to see a video about drawing or painting on top of photographs. It's something I like to do from time to time, and I think it could be fun to share with you. So please do let me know in the comment section below. Beyond that, I'm going to use the exact same dabbing technique that I used with the alcohol markers, but this time with my Posca paint pens.
Okay, here it is with the paint markers on, and it really makes the other sections pop now. What do you think? So now I think I'm just going to outline the alcohol marker sections with some fine liners, and maybe we're done? We'll see how we go from there. Okay, that's the outlining. I think now I'm going to put in some highlights using the jelly roll.
I'm a bit of a late convert to the Jelly Roll pen. I'd always had mixed reviews about them, which made me think they were just like any other white gel pen. But this one I received in the Scrawler box I won works really well, and I really love it. And I think when I buy another white gel pen, it will be a Jelly Roll again. Here I'm doing highlights on the eyes, but also on some of the scales, to really make the definition in the scales pop a bit more in the flatter areas.
I feel like we're almost there, but it still needs one last thing. I'm thinking snakes are quite wiggly wobbly, so how about we put in some movement lines? Not too many, we don't want to overdo it, but like just to emphasize the wiggliness of snakes. Hopefully you'll know what I mean when I start doing it. Yay! I think it's done! What do you think? A wiggly page of snakes to celebrate the Lunar New Year. And you know what? I do feel a lot better now. How can you not feel better when looking at something like this? I think the year of the snake is going to be a good one. What about you? Well, thank you for making it to the end of the video with me. I'd love to know what your favourite part was. If you could leave a comment in the comment section below. If you could like, subscribe, turn on all notifications and share this video, that would be amazing. You can follow me at Enchanted Violin on Instagram, TikTok, Threads and Blue Sky. Links will be in the description box below, as well as links to my online comics, my Patreon and more. And I see you next time for more. Bye! Happy New Year!